can come in and prepare foods. I would love to do it for your organization or your ministry, because once we have a healthy relationship with food, a lot of our health issues are going to be eliminated. Okay? And then we're going to get active. I want to encourage you to get a weighted hula hoop. I want you to handle that. We have trampolines. We can do swimming. And I'm still talking about knowing your numbers. The way for us to eliminate those high numbers is for us to find our niche and what makes us move. What makes you move is going to help you move and lower your numbers.
Well, speaking as a person that was recently diagnosed as type 2 diabetic last year in November, I remember I actually got sick and ended up going to the emergency room and didn't know that I was a diabetic.
Oh, my.
And so they, when I was telling them the issues that I was having, the doctor said, it sounds like you may be a diabetic. And so she said, well, do you have a history of, diabetes in your family? And I said, yes, my mom, my sister, my grandmother. And so she said, well, more than likely you are. She said, but we're going to, run a urine test. So they ran the test and she said, oh, yeah, you're diabetic. At that time, my sugar was close to 300. It was over 200 and something. Right. And so she set up, gave me a referral because my doctor passed. And so I was like, I don't need to get another doctor right now. I just go to urgent care whenever I feel sick. Telling you my mindset. Okay. So went to the new doctor. They did the blood work and my A1C was 9.7. And so he was like, well, we're going to have to make some changes in order for you to get that where it needs to be. Now, I'm going to be honest with you people. My mom is on a diabetic, she's on an insulin pump. My sister is on dialysis. And so I said, okay, I have to do something.
You have to do something.
Because
princess.
I can't. Yeah. So I joined a boot camp and I got a personal trainer. And so I changed my diet now. Don't get too happy because I have reverted in the last few weeks, but I'm about to get back focused again.
Okay.
So I went back to the doctor after, getting the personal trainer, doing like you said, just started a relationship with food. Everything that I liked, that I loved to eat, fast food, I found alternatives for it. Mashed potatoes. I found out that there was cauliflower mashed, mashed cauliflower.
That's correct.
Cauliflower rice.
Yes.
Brown rice.
Yes.
So I made a change in my diet. Love Mountain Dews. Have to have a Mountain Dew every single morning. It is my alternative to coffee in the summer and springtime in Mobile. And so I had to give up my Mountain Dews.
Yes, you did.
In fact, all drinks, period.
Thank you.
Increased my water. And started, like you saw the little packet that I had with the energy in it that I put in my water. Right. So started making those changes and went back and the A1C had dropped to 6.5.
Yes, that's wonderful. That's wonderful for you. Yes.
In just a couple of months from November to February. Right. And so, and like I said, in the last few months, I'm going to be honest with you, I have been working 7 days a week, at least for 3 weeks, going on 4 weeks straight, and still have to work this weekend. So I have reverted because, what's fast is what I tend to go to. Right. But
most people do.
Yeah. So I found out that there's a local food truck here, not too far from my office, that serves healthy meals and also does meal prep service. Also, he's connected with all of the Waiter and Food Dash and DoorDash and Grubhub, that they will even deliver the food truck food, his healthy meals, to the office. So I said, okay, God, that's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to change, because it can't be a short-term thing. It has to be a lifestyle.
Yes.
Because if it's a short-term thing, you'll be like, okay, I'm going to do it till I reach my goal. And that's what happens with a lot of people. Once they reach whatever that health goal is, whether it's I want to lose 75 pounds, and then within a year or two, they're right back to where they were before or higher, because it's not a lifestyle thing. They were actually just working to obtain a goal, and they met that goal. And so then they celebrated.
Right.
And so you know, as a person that was recently diagnosed with diabetes, what would you say to someone to help them make it click in their head? Because sometimes people be like, shoot, my mama had it, my daddy had it, and they even have this mindset. Well, if God want me to go, you know, he'll take me whenever he ready.
I have heard that so many times, but when I hear that a person has recently been diagnosed, my first question to you would be, Princess, do you desire to be on that medication or having those shots for the rest of your life?
No. In fact, I've already taken myself off of it.
Okay, well, if you've taken yourself off from it, then what are you doing as an alternative? Are you using just food as your medicine? Is that what you're doing?
That's
and
what
your
I was
management
doing.
And you're doing your movements and you're hydrating and you are oxygenating yourself and you have a plan that you've written out already that's going to keep you in a lifestyle of being healthy. Have you done that?
That's what I was doing to get to the point where I was before. And then once an onslaught of work came in, health kind of went on the back burner, but I'm getting back focused.
Okay, well, because it takes time to do that. But what I also do when I ask that question, my next question is I ask the people, have you looked at the side effects of your medication? Do you know what the medication is doing to your body? And my third question is, do you know that the medication is not going to heal you? It's just a Band-Aid on what's going on in your body. Mm-hmm. Do you realize, and the fourth one is, do you realize ultimately that you're going to have to be the advocate that's going to make a change for your body to be healthy? If you know those things and your answer to those things are yes, then my fifth question is, when can we get started using the Kingdom Prescription? When can we get started doing the Kingdom Prescription? Because I assure you that in 90 days and 3 months, you can cleanse your blood. You can reverse type 2 diabetes. You can bring your A1C down to 5.8 or 9 or right at the door at 6. You can lose anywhere from 15 to 25 pounds in 3 months. You will have a different regime and a healthy relationship with food. So it's here. All you have to do is get on board. In 5 weeks, I will teach you all of these things in depth. The classes are 5 weeks, 2 hours long, and you can come and learn how to do it. So, and at the end of the 5th week, I always tell the students there's an exam, and they just go, oh, no, Dr. Ruby. I said, yes, there is an exam, but the good news is it's an open book exam. And what I take you through that process is to make sure that when we go through the 100 questions that's at the end of the Kingdom Prescription classes, you will have the accurate information, the numbers, the wherewithal to be able to go back and do it and know exactly where you are or what you have to change. Because when you get a personal trainer, I applaud it. Please do, because it's going to help you rid your body of some fats and get you healthy, get you breathing more, get your cardios up, and you'll do that. But then the thing that is causing your body to refute and rebel is what you're putting in your mouth. And this is why it's so important that you learn the Kingdom Prescription, because it's going to give you those things that you need so you will be able to then eat healthier for the rest of your life. I got some good food recipes. And so when you learn how to tweak those things, Princess, you're going to be all right.
Well, actually, we're over. Can you believe it? We didn't even get a break in. I love it. I love it. It's information that needs to get out. And so, Dr. Ruby, thank you for being a guest on the Color Outside the Box podcast. This has been another really good show. Guys, I want you to go back and to listen to the entire series called Empowering You with Prevention. Dr. Ruby, thank you for being our guest today on the Color Outside the Box podcast. How can people contact you to sign up for the Kingdom Prescription classes?
Simply by going to my website to www.thekingdomprescription.com. Go into where it says classes. You'll see it, and sign yourself up. Leave your name and email and phone number. And I will contact you with the dates that we're going to start our next class. And of course, if you have questions that you just can't wait, you can reach me at 251-605-6464. That's 251-605-6464. I'd love to hear from you.
And how can they get your book, Diabetes Will Stop With Me?
Simply, again, by going to my website at www.thekeenaprescription.com. My books, all of the information about our upcoming events, the Keena Prescription classes, our T-shirts, when the events are going to take place, you can find me there. Also, I want to invite you to look for me at Dr. Ruby on Facebook, Dr. Ruby McMillian. Please come in and do a friend request, share us, and like our page. Because we also do one other show that we haven't talked about so far, and that's on Mondays as well. It's called Healthy Mondays, Breaking Chains of Illness and Diseases. When you contact, when you go on Facebook, you will be able to see it. But in order to dial in for Healthy Mondays that start at 7 p.m. and ends at 8 p.m., you'll be able to reach me at 858-357-9137. You will be so glad you did.
All right. Well, thank you again for being a guest on the Color Outside the Box podcast. And guys, next week, it will be the last segment, but it is going to be a really good segment. So tune in next Monday at 7 a.m. and like the Color Outside the Box podcast, share it, and we'll see you next week. Have an awesome day.
Color Outside the Box is a podcast series that focuses on creating a better you. Whether it's advice about family, relationships, raising children in this technological world, marriage, or careers, we seek to find the answers to help you live your best life. So start your Monday morning off right with me, your hostess with the mostest, Princess Miller, on Color Outside the Box right here on iTunes and everywhere podcasts can be heard.